Monday morning. The time is now 6:06. The Sunday night went pretty well. It was steady before midnight, and the trips were pretty good. I think I had 200 on by 2 o'clock, something like that. And between naps, I made another $70 towards the end of the night, and it worked out okay. At one point, I got sent to a street corner, and there were 2 police cars there, and there was a young woman sitting on the curb, and she had a laundry basket full of things. One policeman came to me, gave me $40 to take her away, and the other policeman put her laundry basket in the trunk. Now this was at about, I guess, around 10 o'clock last night. And she was angry and babbling and talking in such a way that I didn't understand what she was talking about, but she was obviously angry at someone for doing something. But what that something was, I don't know, because she never made it clear. She just babbled on and babbled on. And when she first got in, she told me where she wanted to go. So that's where I was taking her. And when I was just about to turn into the place, she said, no, it's across the street. So I was in the wrong lane, and there was cars behind me, and it was just stupid. Why didn't she say her proper address instead of the place across the street? Because the place across the street was where she said she was going, and that's where I was taking her. Anyways, I had been paid in advance. The trip was about, I don't know, $18, and the police had given me $40 for doing it. So she must have been causing quite a stink where she was, and someone there just wanted to get rid of her and probably paid the police the $40 to get rid of this woman, so they passed it on to me or something, whatever. That's the first time a policeman has ever paid me money to take somebody somewhere. First time ever. Anyway, I'm at the gas station now, so I'm gonna fill up and I'm gonna go park this thing. It's the morning. It's 6:05 a.m. It's Wednesday morning. No, it's Tuesday morning. It's Tuesday morning. And that means I gotta go to the chiropractor. I just have to have my lower back stretched this morning. Aside from that, I'm gonna walk there, so get some exercise. The night was real slow. This Monday night just dragged on and dragged on. I had a grand total of 11 trips the whole night. But miraculously, I managed to do $230 on 11 trips. There was this one fare where I got sent to a place, and the address wasn't very clearly marked, so I wasn't sure I was in the right place. But I called for the customer to come out. She didn't answer the phone. I pushed the arrive what do you call those things? The icon that says arrived. And then she came out from somewhere, and she gave me an address way out in the peninsula. It would have been about a $40 fare. So I said, okay, sure, I'll be glad to take. She said, do you have an issue with that? I said, no, I'll gladly take you wherever you want to go. So we start to go out there, and we get about not quite halfway, and she said that she forgot her house keys. She had her phone, she had her wallet, she had her laptop computer, but she didn't have her house keys. So we had to go back. And then she said, I'll leave my bag in here. Is that okay? I said, fine, leave your bag. It's okay. So she left her bag, and she took quite some time to come back out. By the time she came back out, we were at about $32 on the meter, and we were at about 27 when we had got back. She came out, and there was a man with her. Okay. And they started having an argument. She accused him of driving drunk or something. And he said, no, I didn't go anywhere. I was here the whole time, and there's no way I did any driving. I don't know what I got to tell you, but, you know, whatever. So now we're heading back out to the place that we originally were going to be going to, which would have been a $40 trip. But it ended up being a $60 trip, and she tipped me $10 on top of that. So, no, it was more. It was a $70 trip, and she tipped me $10 on top of that. $80 in one fare. So, aside from the $150 that I made the rest of the night, she gave me $80. So that's where it worked out. That in only 11 trips, I got $230 and saved my night. It's not the best, but it could have been a hell of a lot worse considering how slow it was early on. Well, I'm just nearing the gas station now, so I'm going to fuel up, park it, and then walk to the chiropractor's. This one was another $230 night. This was the Tuesday night. It took, instead of 11, it took 18 trips to do $230. Yep, shorter trips and more of them. There was one point where I got sent to a homeless shelter. And I got there, and as I'm getting there, I see another cab pulling away. And I call my customer and don't get an answer. So I leave. On my way to that call, somebody was frantically waving at me, so I drove right past them. I encountered the same person in the street, and he got in. And he gave me an address to go to. He knocked over my water bottle. I don't know why he did that. But after I had driven a block, he said, let me check if I have any money. I don't have any money, he said. And I said, okay, get out. When I was loading him, I was being sent on another call, but I wasn't fast enough to accept it. So I didn't do that other call. Took a while till I got another one after that. It was slow. It was a slow night. It dragged on and on and on. The time is now 5:53. It is the end of my shift. I'm just going to go to the car wash and quickly hose this thing down. And once I've done that, well, I'm going to go home. Yeah, another one that wasn't very special. But I guess it will keep the bills getting paid. Be back tomorrow. Thursday morning. It's Thursday morning. And here's my chance to just go. Thursday morning, take two. It's time is now 6:31. Had a couple little adventures in the night. One was I was sent to a street corner that was just a couple blocks away from me to pick up an older guy. I'd say he was older than me. And he wanted to go to the Cherry Tree. The Cherry Tree is a motel. I took him out there. And I came back to my part of town where I like to sit and wait. And about half an hour later, got a call back to the Cherry Tree to pick the guy up. And he says, I was looking for a room. Thought this motel would be open. I mean, I talked to the guy and he said to come on down, but I guess I waited too long to come down. So he said, I gotta find a room. Now, the trip out to the Cherry Tree was $20. And he wanted to come back into town to find a room. Now, finding a room in Victoria is a little difficult at this time because of the whole... a lot of the hotels were sold or they were bought up by the municipality to house all the homeless people who were living in tents scattered all over town. There are still some homeless people living in tents all over town, but not as many because there's about 5 or 6 hotels that have formerly homeless people living in them. And tried to get this guy a hotel room, but it seems that all the remaining hotels have no vacancies. So I ended up driving him around for about an hour, and it came out to like $40. And that $40, I ended up leaving him downtown, and he was gonna wait till the morning to grab a bus out of town. Now, at that point, it was almost 2 o'clock in the morning. So great, I made $62 off this guy. No tip, but still $62. Then I had my regular janitor from the university who goes up there and dropped her off. And I was so tired because I'd been sleeping when I received her call, and I had trouble opening my eyes. What are you doing? Learn to park. I fell asleep on the spot where I dropped her off. 45 minutes later, I got a call. And the call took me within a couple blocks of the car wash I was going to go to wash the car. So this is why I'm late, because I washed and detailed the car. And I have $250 on, which is okay, considering that much of it was a slow night. And I did sleep quite a bit. So now I'm at the bank. I'm going to make a small deposit, and be right back tomorrow for the last installment of the week and the last installment of the month of July. The time is now 4:25 a.m. It is Friday morning, the end of the Thursday night, or almost the end. I have had a good night. The pace was moderate. It was steady. I have $330 on. This is my best night of the week. This week. There are other weeks where the Thursday night is the worst night of the week. But this time it worked out. My second fare was one that went from Cordova Bay to Langford. That was a $40 fare. I had another fare later on where I got sent out to Brentwood Bay, and that guy went to the High Quadra region. That was another $45 fare. I had a couple others in the $20 range, and it worked out very well. Very, very well. Now I had one to the airport. So So before the airport, I had 280 on, which was reasonable. And now coming to the airport, yeah. If I don't have another fare when I get back to town, I will be quite satisfied with what I've done. And if I do have another fare or two, that'd be just grand, wouldn't it? And so there it goes. That was pretty much my night tonight. The week was moderate. It wasn't a great one, but I'm glad I made this. I did this well tonight. Yeah, I hope yours is better than mine.